Class is in session.
Run.
And now, for your professors.
So it's a very cool looking chicken.
I'm pretty sure this is a cryptid, but am I wrong and I'm just being played and this is a rooster?
You should,
As soon as you acknowledge that you're defying gravity, that's when you're screwed.
Kill them, rip off heads, set on fire.
Evil versus evil, I guess.
maybe it's just not very good at math.
The Night Scholars.
Hello, all you ghosts and goblins out there. I'm Ashton,
I'm Andrew.
and we are the Night Scholars, exploring the mystifying world of cryptids, ghosts, ghouls, and all things supernatural. Today, we will be talking about everyone's favorite cryptid that's the size of a sausage dog, the Wapaloosie. Also, if you're wondering where Sean is, he decided to make this really bold comment at JordanCon in Atlanta where he said that Matt is the worst character, so he's currently running for his life away from some very angry fans. And if you're going to send hate mail, please direct it at Sean at the Night Scholars Podcast at gmail.com, where you can also ask about t-shirts and stickers that depict a very adorable squonk getting a donut from his best pal, the Jersey Devil.
And you know what? I'm calling it. This time next year, we're going to have a Wapaloosie shirt.
You know, I was thinking about that because the Wapaloosie, one of the main references to it is in like the same like book that the squonk is in. It's
Fearsome critters.
adorable, right? And there's like absolutely nothing about it. And like both of them should not be in something called Fearsome Critters. They're just both, well, I don't know. I feel like the I feel like the one story that we have on it does kind of make it a little bit creepy.
I mean, it's not its fault though. That's the guy's fault.
I mean, fair. And when you go hunting in Camp Hump Tulips, you should expect the unexpected.
No, I agree.
Which, by the way, I Googled Camp Hump Tulips because I was really curious what Hump Tulips area would look like in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
When it's just a bunch of guys that are practicing their dating profile pictures, like holding up fish.
Oh, I mean that makes sense. There's probably a lake there now, considering they had
Probably.
lumberjacks in there. Yeah.
Yeah. They learned that they can't hunt down the Wapaloosies anymore, so they're just sticking to fishing.
Yeah. I wonder though. Them, taking the picture with the fish, their dating profile, like image. I wonder, does that work for people? Are there people that actually look at that and like, oh yeah, that's great, you know?
I have no idea because I literally immediately like skip every single one of those people.
Like, yes, look at this big strong man fishing, providing fish for our family. Like I don't feel like that's really a thing anymore. You know what I mean? Like we're not hunter gatherer society as much anymore.
Right, man, there was somebody who I was working on set with, and they were just like, "Look at all these fish that I caught." I'm like, "Sir, I'm not on a dating app. I don't know you. Why is the first thing that you're telling me about is your fish?"
I mean, it works for men normally, but like I don't think most women don't really care about fishing. I was gonna say it's your
No,
accent, but you don't really have an accent.
yeah, I have the Kansas Midwest lack of an accent thing going for me.
Hmm. I was thinking about where you live now, though. I'm like, I was thinking, well, maybe it's because of the accent, but you don't have it. So,
I do not. I worked so hard to make sure that I never got it.
no, that's fair. I have a bit of mine. I've done pretty well, so it's just not always super noticeable, you know? At least not to me.
So I have to say, you have kind of an accent there, Andrew.
I mean, I don't know.
What is it? What would somebody from Huracan sound like? Is that how you pronounce it?
It's Hurricane.
Hurricane, whatever.
Yeah, Hurricane, West Virginia.
All right, do an accent.
I don't know. Well, I guess I'm fixing to head on down the hill here to the Kmart and uh, pick up some milk and bread and such. I don't know.
Okay, well, you didn't sound any different, but I
well,
also vouch for the rest of the episode that,
yeah,
I'm just
a
going
lot
to
of what
talk
it
like this,
is,
and you're going to talk like that,
yeah.
and we're just going to get through this Idaho creature that we haven't said a single fucking word on.
Like when I run to my friends, I'm like, hey, buddy, how's it going? So kind of like that.
There we go. All right, let me try to say the Latin name of this creature in this
Oh God,
accent.
I can't say it normally.
Geometrigratus ciliorectractus, but we just call it the Wapaloosie.
Yeah, good old
My
Wapaloosie.
dyslexia. My dyslexia keeps trying to call it the Wallapoosie. I'm just like, that sounds really inappropriate.
It does. I think that's a different place, different thing.
Yeah, I mean, we are hanging out in Camp Hump Tulips with this thing, though.
Yeah, I also saw that, and I was like, it's probably based off somebody's name though, or a combination of names. Unless a hump
I
tulip
mean,
is a specific type of flower.
is it really?
I don't know if it is or not. I'm gonna Google it.
Okay. I only saw it from one source, so I don't think that is accurate. But I did see that. So, for the most part, the accounts on this thing say that its location is in the damp forest in North Idaho by St. Joe River to the Pacific coast.
Hmm.
And then there is and it's mostly like tied in with lumberjack folklore of the 19th and 20th century in North America. But I did also see that it could potentially be a folklore story from I'm going to mispronounce this a tribe very horribly, but the Kwakawaka First Nations people of British Columbia.
Oh, okay. So like, uh, native folks up there.
Yeah, and
Okay.
they also called it a Wee Walker, but I tried to look up the Wee Walker and I didn't see anything on Wee Walkers.
I mean, it's small, so it's wee, and I guess it walks. So sure.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was just hoping there would be some more stories for it
no, excuse
with a
me.
different name.
Yeah, that would be nice. So I looked up hump tulips. It's a Salish word. I don't know what Salish means. Named as such by the Chehalis tribe a few thousand years ago. The word and name hump tulips means hard to pole. This term refers to the difficulty in traveling the river by boat.
Okay,
Apparently, the Hump Tulips River, was hard to pole canoes up and downstream. So,
interesting. Um, I guess we haven't really even talked about what this thing is yet.
yeah, you want to tell me about this little dude?
Yeah, so basically, how it's described is it's kind of like picture like a chinchilla, but with the feet and toes of a woodpecker,
Hmm.
with kind of a tail. It says a spiked tail, but I feel like that kind of conjures up different images of what it is. It's just basically a tail that's like very grippy to help it climb trees, and it's roughly the size of a dachshund
Okay.
or a sausage dog, as most of the websites have decided to copy and
Or
paste
a
from each other.
wiener dog.
Yeah.
Little wiener dogs
Oh.
are cute, though. They got the big floppy ears. I love them.
Yeah, my neighbor growing up had one, and I used to play with him a good bit. He was so fat though, and I was just,
And his belly just kind of dragged the
yeah,
ground.
yeah, and it's just like each time that takes a step, like the belly just like lightly grazes, and like that poor thing. like run beside it, and then it would like lose breath like really quickly, but like, hey, it got
Mhm.
some exercise.
You know, if you get like one of your cats get fat enough, they kind of end up like that too.
Yeah, I mean, my oldest cat, Emmeline, is definitely pushing it.
No,
She
yeah.
always has, though.
I mean, I've personally had like 20 something pound cats lay on me. It's kind of great as long as they're not like on your lawns, you know.
Right. Yeah, she's not quite that big. She's at her heaviest, she was 16,
Okay, yeah, yeah. So what's a
which
healthy
is
weight for
still
her?
a lot.
Like 10 to 14 normally.
I considering her size, I would say it's probably 12. I had
Okay.
a vet try to tell me that it was 8. I'm just like, this cat is huge. Like, that's a healthy weight for a normal sized cat, but this is like
Yeah. You see,
a sturdy cat on its own.
I think Midnight at one point when he was still alive was, I want to say he got up there on 24 pounds.
That's a
Maybe
chonker.
27. Yeah, he did, but he lost weight. What it was is he would meow every time he was hungry, which led to multiple people feeding him, thinking that he hadn't been fed yet.
Yeah.
And my
No,
stepdad
that's
would
fair.
also forget that he fed him, and he's like, "Well, he's whining, so I better give him some food." So once we cut that out, I want to say he got down to probably about 14, maybe 15 pounds. But he was also just he was a large cat, like very
Yeah.
like, even when he was skinny as he got before he passed, when he was about 16 years old, like he still had like real strong looking shoulders for a cat, big legs, big thick tail, even though his belly was a lot smaller.
Would you say that he's bigger or smaller than a Wapaloosie?
Uh, he's taller than a Wapaloosie, but probably not longer.
Gotcha.
So I think of
All
wiener
right.
dogs, I think of them as fairly long. I don't know. Looking at the picture, this thing doesn't look much bigger than a squirrel.
Yeah, which is why I wanted to cover it because I love squirrels.
Oh, me too.
They're fantastic. And the other very notable thing about this that makes it similar to a squirrel is its ability to climb, which actually ties
Hmm.
into the one story that we have on this thing. Do you want to tell the story?
I sure can. All right. So the way the story goes, this might not be the same one you have. I mean, I know it's the same story. It might not be worded the same way though.
That's
So
okay.
the story goes: a lumberjack in camp. No, I'm sorry. A hunter in Camp Hump Tulips once shot a Wapaloosie, and on investigating the corpse, decided to make a pair of gloves with the Wapaloosie's skin. He tanned the skin, and he made the gloves with great care with the fur on the outside. But when he put them on to show it to his friends, the most bizarre thing happened. When he picked up his axe, the gloves naturally moved by themselves to the top of the axe blade. The man dropped his axe in horror, but discovered that whatever he picked up in his hands would climb, picked up, his hands would climb to the top. Because they could no longer find a tree, because the gloves couldn't
Yeah,
find a tree, they were climbing whatever he decided to pick up.
which is fascinating because it's basically like an impulse, like
Mm-hmm.
embedded into this creature that it just has to constantly climb at all times.
Yeah. Which gives them a kind of a supernatural aspect
It
to
does.
them.
Which I guess is why it belongs in the terrifying creatures book, even though it doesn't, because it's really just its like fur.
Yeah. I mean, just don't kill them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like so long as you don't kill them, they're adorable. If you kill them, then they become
You know, keep it as a
then you
pet.
start to see like how they're weird.
What you do is you collect
Yeah.
it, keep it as a pet, build like a I guess a not a cat tree, but a Wapaloosie tree in your house, and there you go. You'll be happy forever.
Yeah, until it dies. And then like what? Do we just have like several corpses like just like climbing higher and higher in the woods?
I mean, I guess. I was gonna say, a hawk would probably get him at some point if you put him outside, but like, maybe that's why they fly so high. I don't know.
Maybe. Because I'm just thinking, like, or is it just if they get mutilated and it's a defense mechanism?
Could be that. It could just be something to do with the fur. I'm wondering if he would have put the fur on the inside of the gloves, or completely. Which I also don't get tanning it and leaving the fur on for leather, right?
I don't understand, like, why he was showing off the axe and, like, why did he pick up an axe while he was showing off the gloves?
I don't know. I'm assuming he was also a lumberjack. I mean, he was. 'Cause that's what they did there. But I don't know. He's like, hey, look how this looks in my hands. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Men just kind of
And
do things.
it also implies that this is a very, very strong creature that's able to move human hands.
Oh, I agree. Either that or it's too fast for him to be able to stop it.
That's true. So it either has super speed or it has super strength.
I mean, the size it is and how fast they climb, I don't know. It says he
Yeah.
disposed of the gloves. I'm not sure. Oh, actually, he disposed of the gloves, and they were last seen climbing up logs in the forest. So apparently, those
Yeah.
gloves are still climbing around to this day.
Right? Like that would be a really good like random encounter for D&D.
Roll perception.
Like,
You spot the Wapaloosie gloves.
ooh, that's great. And then like and you grab them, they're like a cursed object.
It would be.
Like like they're sold to you in like a glass case and then you take them out. It's just a cursed object
And the best
making you
part is
climb everywhere.
you open the case and they just skitter off and climb something.
Yeah.
Get ripped off entirely.
Oh, that'd be great. And then you have like a bard who comes along that's like somehow able to like enchant it back with like a very like chill song on his dulcimer. That'd be amazing.
uh,
I saw that the Wapaloosie, there's a game called Never Alone where you encounter it, and I wonder if you actually encounter a Wapaloosie or if you encounter the gloves.
hmm. I mean, the gloves would be creepier because they're in the
Right.
shape of hands just crawling, right?
Yeah. With like tufts of fur sticking out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, seeing an actual Wapaloosie, I don't think that would be very scary. Like they're even like
Yeah.
the artist depictions here from the Fearsome Critters book. Like, they're cute.
They are
They look
cute.
like a big old
Um,
mouse eaters.
they do. I saw on this website called Mythical Encyclopedia
Mm-hmm.
what you should do if you ever do run into these creatures, if
Okay.
they happen to be real. Um, that even though it could be a thrilling experience, it is important to remember that these creatures are still wild animals and should be treated with caution. Here are some safety tips to keep in mind. Keep a safe distance. Wapaloosies are small creatures, but they can still be dangerous if they feel threatened. Keep a safe distance and avoid getting too close to them. Do not feed them. Feeding Wapaloosies can lead to them becoming dependent on humans for food, which can be dangerous for both the creature and humans.
Mm-hmm.
Respect their habitat. Wapaloosies live in damp forest and woodland areas. Respect their habitat and avoid disturbing their natural environment. And do not attempt to capture or handle them. They are wild animals and should not be captured or handled by humans. Attempting to do so can lead to injury to both the creatures and humans. So, if you ever run into it.
I mean, that just sounds like any animal in a forest.
Right.
Like they say, don't to feed squirrels or feed deer because of those reasons. Like, it's just a forest. It's just
Right.
a forest animal. Like this thing is.
Yeah.
It's
They kind of remind me of like bush monkeys somehow, like with how big their eyes are.
yeah, yeah. They definitely got big old peepers on them, don't they?
They do.
Oh man, from the 2015 book, The 2015 rendition of Fearsome Creatures.
Hmm.
They are very cute. Ah, see, their tail is also striped like their body is. Has fur on it. They really just look like really big mice. Or like, are these things ferrets? Are these ferrets, Ashton?
No, I think they're more like neurorodent. I don't know what ferrets are classified as.
No,
But
either.
like I feel like that could also be a description. I've seen like chinchillas and squirrels, but I think ferrets also make sense.
Yeah. Uh, this picture looks more like a anteater or a groundhog. Or no, not a
Yeah.
groundhog, but like a mole with a long tubular snout.
Yeah. And they apparently climb the same way as like an inchworm would climb, which I assume the hands do the same thing.
Oh, I was assuming they would like skitter. Okay.
Yeah, I no, apparently do that. And then I saw something, but I don't know if you got any of this information because I could not find a single thing about it. But apparently they were oh. So, however, the rodent is both falsely accused of and indirectly responsible for the Hoquiam massacre of 1993. And
I
I tried to
did
look that
see that.
up, and and I tried to look up the massacre, and I could not find anything on the internet about that. So
Let me look.
maybe they also erase memories.
Uh, is
I'm
it
just trying to give
this?
more lore to it.
Herald Net. Okay, well, I can't look at that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know how these things would be responsible for that of any type of massacre.
Yeah, so let's see. They either have super strength or super speed, and they potentially wipe out memories where there's absolutely no mention of a massacre that they were a part of and whatever horrendous things that they do whenever uh, they are accidentally responsible for or indirectly responsible for massacres. Maybe
Yeah.
Wallapoosie wrote or Wapaloosie. I did it again. I think I think there should be like a counter of like how many times that I did that. Uh,
That'd be good.
anyways,
Maybe
but yeah,
when we start doing video eventually.
maybe. But yeah, maybe Wapaloosie just wrote this article. It's just like, hey, don't forget about the fact that we were falsely accused of this thing.
We're tired of the Wapaloosie slander.
We're so tired of it.
We'll not stand for it.
Indeed.
But looking at these things, like they only eat mushrooms. I don't see them killing anything.
Right. And then they also eat conch shells, I think is what I saw.
Hmm, crunchy.
Yum yum. I guess those are
Mm,
the ones that are vacationing near the Pacific Ocean.
I guess. I don't. That doesn't really seem like their area, but I guess it works.
Look, if the Jersey Devil can go on vacation, so can.
Nah, they probably deserve it. It's hard work climbing trees like that.
Right. I mean, and especially since they're technically eternal beings, they have to go on vacation every now and then.
No, I agree. I agree. Uh,
All right, well, I don't really have anything else on this guy. We tried to stretch this episode as long as we
all
could.
right. Well,
Do you have anything?
I don't. But do you think this thing exists?
I think
Do
it's
you
probable.
believe?
I feel like it looks enough like other creatures that it could. I don't know if I believe in the whole like tale about the gloves. I think the guy just lost his gloves and he made up a story, but like they could exist.
I mean, yeah, especially if your boss is the one providing you with gloves. That'd be a pretty unique excuse for why you don't have them.
Right? It's just like a bunch of guys sitting around drinking like shit, we gotta figure out a good story to tell our boss about why I
When
lost
the
his gloves.
when the safety man asks you why you aren't wearing your gloves.
Right? Oh man, you wouldn't believe it. They just crawled up the axe and ran up a tree.
I should have used that one before.
What about you, Andrew? Do you believe in these things?
I believe in the Wapaloosie. He's just a little guy.
He's just a little guy.
Thank you again, our ghosts and goblins, for listening to the Night Stalkers. You all be good to each other. Don't answer the scratching at your window.
Or do.
But most importantly, stay safe out there.
Good night.